I've now got a starport up, and I'm building medevac dropships. These act just like a dropship from Starcraft 1, except they heal. There are no more medics, so instead of a medic, the healing biological unit that Terran has at their disposal is called a medevac dropship. Now I'm going to lower my supply depots, bring my units back into my base. Basically, I'm hiding. Now let's look at what Protoss is doing. So Protoss has scouted my front door, he's seen the crap I'm building, and he's decided to build a Stargate, which will allow him to build air units. Now my thinking here is I realized that I delayed him from taking any gas. So what I decided to do, because I delayed him from taking gas, I filled a medevac dropship with 6 Terran Marines. And I'm flying them over to where his base is. And I'm going to try to do a little bit of a drop. End up killing a couple of workers, maybe 3 or 4 workers. And then the Zealots arrive. I put my Marines back in the dropship because I know that the Zealots will slaughter my Marines. I was going to do a double drop. I was going to drop some Marines, and then if that was successful, I was also going to drop these Hellions. So now we've got. I'm upgrading my my Marines. I'm taking the shield upgrade, so that if you take a look at my Marines really closely, they now have 55 hit points and they hold a little shield. So let's see if we can spot that. No, so much for that. So if you take a close look there, my Marines are carrying a shield. There it is there. Those, see the logo on the side of the shield? For $39.95 you'll be able to put your own logo on there. Alright, so now I'm going to try another drop, and this time I built a Viking, which is basically Terran's response to the Tengu. The guys at Blizzard love Empire of the Rising Sun, and they think it's, you know, the greatest real-time strategy faction there ever was. So as a result, they had to imitate the Tengu by creating the Viking, which comes out of the starport. The Viking is no match for these Void Rays. The Viking is going to go down. And it does. And even these Void Rays manage to pick off one of the medevac dropships. So my other medevac dropship still is at full health, and it has its Marines in it, and the Void Rays are going to go after my medevac dropship. The Void Rays do not want to take on the Marines, and the reason they don't is that how their weaponry works is the longer they focus on a single unit, the more damage they do. So a large number of small units hurt it a lot. So I still think he could have killed my Marines, but he decided not to go for it. So he's got 3 Void Rays. Those are pretty expensive. I think they'd be considered tier 2. I don't know. But they're 200 crystals, 150 gas. They fly around. They can destroy big-time, huge units, and there they are. There's him. So me, I am building a command center. I've stuck 5 SCVs inside the command center. That's a feature of it. Now, if I put SCVs in this medevac dropship, that's like a portable base, man. I'd have like 14 SCVs instantly popping out. It's like instant base. I'm floating 1,000 crystals, which shows you I suck. My factory is cranking out as many Hellions as possible. I'm building more Vikings. So I've got medevac dropships. So now here's the big moment. He's sending in all of his Zealots, and his Void Ray is going at me. So he's got anti-air and anti-ground. So now he's going to go after my front door. Notice the Void Rays will just chew up this barracks. Now, notice my Vikings went into ground mode. As I said, these things are just like Tengus. And if we remove so as you can see, the graphics are pretty spectacular. The Hellions do a good job of fighting off the, and you can see the Marines, they stand up to the Void Rays pretty good. Okay, and I'm probably going to lose this. Notice, watch how fast the health goes on the factory. And that's because the Void Rays are focusing on a single unit all at once. I have no anti-air. There's nothing I can do. He's just going to annihilate this. And it's gone. So, obviously I'm building Vikings here. My SCVs are repairing my command center. My medevac dropship will drop Marines. The medevac will heal the Marines. The Void Rays are going to go down. So I survived, and as I survived, I'm panicking and building stuff as fast as I can. I still have lots of cash. My economy's fine. I'm running off of 2 bases. I've built an engineering bay, which allows me to build missile turrets, which allows me to camp out of my base more, which Terran are all about base camping, which is why I use them. So we've got Protoss is doing a nice job of protecting his back door by having a Void Ray and Zealots in the middle of his base, but he's not expanding at all, which is not good. Now he's building a robotics facility, which opens up access to higher tier units. Like if he can build a dark shrine, no, if he can build a robotics facility, can produce the Colossus, I believe. So anyhow, here my opponent is moving a probe. That's a Protoss worker unit down to the bottom of the map. Once again, if you're oh, look at this. What's this saying? Something about Night in the Zerg. So anyway, my opponent is now building a nexus near the high yield minerals at the very bottom of the map, unprotected. While this is going on, I'm setting up, I'm building Vikings. Oh, watch this, watch this. This is pretty cool. So the Vikings and the Void Rays are going to go at it. I think the Void Ray wins. Yes, it does. Now the Void Ray is going to try to go in here. The turret does big time surface to air damage. I was going to save it with my SCVs. So as you can see, I've still got 2 bases going. I'm finally going to build some gas here. I forgot all about this ship here, and my opponent didn't remember it, see it, know what was going on. I have no idea. Here I have idle SCVs. Let's see how many idle workers I have. The great thing here, we have idle worker counts, and we can check that out by going to me, and I've got 11 idle workers, which is pathetic. Let's see how quickly I lower that number.